Hey guys, welcome back to Needing to Evade This Man.
Okay, if you didn't have one in mind, I could have did it. I was gonna say, welcome back to our Halloween special. We talk about spooky things.
Yeah, Stephanie, chop out what I said, just use that one.
Resident Evil 8, I would like to play. That game seems very fun and kind of scary, kind of spooky, while also being kind of campy and fun and crazy.
Not the village one.
But yes, Village.
Okay, what's the one afterwards that's got the woman, the huge woman?
That's
That's
Village.
Village.
Okay. Yes, let's do that one.
She's at the beginning of the game and then, like, not for the rest of it, though. But it's still fun. There's some pretty scary moments in it. We did play Little Nightmares the last Halloween. We could also play Little Nightmares 2, which
That was pretty scary.
Yeah. Were you paying
Don't
attention
forget
to
you
most
were
of it?
wanting
All I
to
remember
put
was
FNAF
Octo
on
Day.
your
You were playing, so
I remember Octo Day. That's
Yeah.
my favorite episode.
It's got a lot of good episodes. I've been rewatching it a bit recently.
Little Nightmares.
Yeah. Oh, it's got where we do bullet with butterfly wings. Spilling heaps. Because
A
we're
lot
just
of that was cut out though,
yeah.
because we just kept going constantly. It was a
Not
good
that one.
one-day series, a short game.
Isn't it called Castlevania Symphony of the Night?
No,
Yeah,
I was
thank
saying
you.
That's what
Thank
Little
you,
Nightmares
baby.
was. Castlevania is not really a horror game. It's got horror themes though.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just going back on the topic of wanting to do a short game.
No, I'm just saying that Little Nightmares
Five
was
Nights at
good because we were
Freddy's.
able to do it in one day and get it like done for like 4 Halloween, and it was easy and good, and you know. I think that's what you want out of it, like a Halloween spooky game, right? You can get it done just in time for the season.
Well, this Wednesday, I'm going to be talking about it in Mabini Talks.
Ooh.
This is the 2021 Mabini Talks video. About
Look
my
out for that,
reflections.
even though that episode will definitely be out by the time this one comes out.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't think there's going to be an episode until Wednesday this week.
Yeah. The only time I'm uploading videos is the ones that I've scheduled. I just try to stay on top of that, make sure the videos are coming. Because I've got like, I think another 5 or 6
I'm trying to think. I
videos
don't think
after
I've
that.
even played that many horror games. More than I'm trying to think about it.
Yeah, you can always go into the indie game well, where there's like a billion trillion or quote unquote original IPs and games on horror games. Every
Yeah.
single one inspired by another horror game.
Yeah.
They're all kind of derivative and boring.
So derivative. That's a phrase I don't like.
Derivative?
Yeah, it's pretentious when people say it's so derivative.
But it's a word.
I know, but it's overused.
That's what it means.
That something's overused. Yeah, but it's like derivative is derivative.
Wow, man, you're blowing my mind here. Well, what word would you rather?
Just say it's unoriginal.
Okay. That's kind of unoriginal to say, though, wouldn't you say?
Probably, but
Oh, we're getting our
Like,
heads so far
not
up our own
even-
asses. I don't understand how
Yeah.
we're driving.
I feel like there's like a ton of indie horror games that I like, and none of them are coming to mind. There's obviously FNAF, but I don't know. It's kind of overdone. Plus, we've played it on the channel before.
you actually think that's indie still?
I don't know.
Does Scott Cawthon still make it by himself?
I think he's actually quit, to be honest.
Yeah.
He didn't do the most recent game, but he did all of them up until that point.
Yeah, so he's licensed it out. and
When
he's
does
like,
a game
"Screw it."
stop being indie? I would have thought when it's like a big AAA company that starts making them.
No, just when it's someone else involved. Because you're not independent anymore, are you? You're dependent
no.
on someone else making the game.
Well, a lot of indie games have like 2 people. Would you call those indie games?
That's still independent. It's like, it's 2 of you.
Okay.
Like, you can be an independent
So when you get
company.
another company to help you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Alright, yeah. I think the most recent FNAF game, they got another company, but I think all the ones before that was basically just Scott Cawthon.
How can you tell between a business being like a startup and it being like a respected company? Like, when did Valve start off as being like an indie company and then becoming like, it's Valve, they make these games and everyone knows who they are?
I don't know.
Because there's a lot of developers around that I'd never heard of, and then people are like, oh yeah, these guys are good. Okay, I guess they're not indie then, because
They're
Yeah.
good.
because people have heard of them. Although the company that made
Nice.
Game Dev Tycoon We're making some other game. There's like a bar, a pub simulator thing, which actually I wouldn't mind playing.
Pub simulator.
Yeah, you make like a tavern.
Interesting.
So they're indie because it's just like two guys.
Yeah.
And even though I know who they are, they're still indie. It's when they start dealing with big companies and start making things for big companies, I think it stops being indie.
Okay, I think
Indie probably more accurately means independently published.
Yeah. So as soon as they get like another person to help them publish it, that's when they stop being indie.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why
I can agree
well,
with
there's
that.
so many indie games on Steam because of the Steam Greenlight system. And this isn't an indie game. Need for Speed Most Wanted
No, definitely not.
because it's made for EA.
Yeah.
Although I heard that EA are kind of having a hard time now.
Oh yeah,
I
what is
don't-
that?
I don't know why I heard that, but I think
Aren't
they're
they only
changing-
making sports games right now?
yeah, they lost the contract to Formula One.
Oh.
So I think this Formula One 2022, the last one, I think it's actually come out now, or YouTubers are doing videos on it. I think they can only get to a certain point or something. I don't know when the release date is, but then F1 2022 Motorsport Manager, is that what it's called? F1 22 Manager? Can't remember. It's basically the same as Motorsport Manager, except slightly cooler and specifically Formula One. It's interesting, and I'd probably buy it, even though it's like $100. Because
Jesus
like you can
Christ.
actually look inside, you can look like zoom in on the game, and you can watch your drivers just do their race, and I think that's cool. Because it's pretty close to the V8 Supercars game
Spend
that
the
I
whole
want to
race
see.
just looking at the driver, nothing else.
I mean, you play on the strategy. Once you got all that sorted, then it's all good. And you just like work out what parts are coming next, and you don't have to drive.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I actually don't like driving so much as
What, in that game or in
yeah,
general?
in Formula One games and there's a lot of simulator type games where they sort of make it hard for you with all their advanced technologies, and it's overcomplicated. Because they just add like realistic stuff to it. And I do not like those sorts of racing games. Gran Turismo became that, and I'm like, well, that means I'm over Gran Turismo.
Because it got more realistic.
Yeah,
Really
because
like
it's supposed to be the
realism.
real driving simulator, but it was more arcadey back in the day. You can just like go ham with it like you can with this. You don't have to be all technical and precise with your movements and your button presses and stuff like that. It's advocating to a steering wheel foot pedal setup,
Oh, right, yeah.
and it's not like a controller just having a giggle with my mates sort of game like this.
Yeah. That's interesting that they cater specifically for that type of gameplay.
Well, they must do, because that's what it creates.
Kind of reminds me of what we were talking about earlier with the catering towards like VR stuff. It's
Yeah,
like catering towards having the whole damn wheel set up bullshit.
I did a bit of research because I watched Becca recently,
Right.
and I was like, why is this so hard to watch on it? Like, I couldn't find a streaming service that would actually use it, and it's just sort of out of license. Like, there are some services that have it, but only American, so it's not actually available in Australia unless you have the DVD or it's on TV, and
Yeah.
that's it. I think it's licensed by Paramount, and I'm like, well, Paramount Plus is a thing. Why don't they just use that? It's a big show. Why don't they just use that? So I'm thinking somebody else owns the rights to Becca, and they're just not licensing it out for some reason.
Man, you never know with all these shows and movies, all these different people have different hands and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I just pray that shows appear on in movies that I want to watch on the services that I have, and if they don't, then it's like, well, whatever. I'm just not gonna bother them. I'm not gonna get any more damn streaming services. I got
No.
Netflix and I got Disney Plus, and I'm fine with that.
The only one I pay for is KO,
KO?
sports.
Uh,
So I watch my racing. I recently got it back up. Recently got YouTube Premium up as well. I paused YouTube Premium because that's the thing you can do. You can just press pause and be like, yeah, I can get it back in July.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
But with KO you couldn't. You just had to press stop, and then you remember my card details. So I just pressed go again. And I did the same with YouTube Premium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, can I say YouTube Premium?
Mhm.
Best purchase I ever made.
Yeah.
Because I use YouTube so fucking much, man.
Yeah.
I watch videos
Yeah.
all damn day, every damn day, and when I'm not watching videos, I'm making videos.
Yeah.
I watch videos when I get up, when I'm eating my breakfast, when I'm eating my lunch, when I'm eating my dinner, when I'm going to bed. And and I was always like, oh, I'm not sure if I should get premium. As soon as I did, I'm like, oh my god, holy fuck, I can never go back.
The big,
Not having ads is so nice.
it's great. Just clicking on a video and knowing you're just gonna watch the video.
And
straight
knowing
away.
you're still supporting creators just by having it and not seeing ads is so nice.
Yeah.
And I think I've told you guys this before, but sometimes someone will want to show me something like, hey, check this out on YouTube. And I'm like, can we use my account just so we don't have to watch it with an ad? And they're like, oh, okay, sure, I guess. Like my brother was trying to show me something on a Switch. I'm like, can we just log into my account real quick? And he's like, all right.
It wasn't the fact that I use it so much at work, I probably wouldn't be on premium right now. The reason I got it in the first place was because while at work, I keep my phone away from me while I'm listening to it at work. And too often it's just like, here's these 30 to an hour long ads that sure you could skip it if you had access to the video to skip it.
Wait, what do you
But
mean?
otherwise-
you have it on a speaker or something? Is that what you said?
No, so at work, I use Bluetooth headphones. And so, I listen, usually if I'm not, I'm usually listening to something on a YouTube or a Twitch stream.
Right.
And back a couple years ago before I got it, it was during the political campaign for the last election.
Right.
And I was getting sick and tired of the ads because YouTube would sometimes have these 40-minute politic ads. And it's
Wow.
I don't have access to my phone, so I can't skip it.
Where do you have your phone normally?
Usually it's not near me because the workspace that we have doesn't usually have the extra space to have
Just
a
have
phone
it.
on it.
In your locker.
So usually I just have it on the side table on the other side of the room, where we
Okay.
put all of our stuff.
We have lockers at my work. One of
And
the
then,
one of the young guys was like, I want a locker. And then I just had a look recently. I'm like, there's 5 lockers. I've got
Yeah.
nothing in it.
You're not allowed to just have it in your pocket.
You can, but people play with them, and you're not allowed to play with them.
What if you have a phone call, an emergency?
Then they call they call the manager.
Okay.
They shouldn't call the individual, because that's the company's time. That's the whole thing of being an employee, is that you're on company's time. If you have
Right.
someone just playing on their phone, or I gotta take this call. It's stop walking off on your job. And if they have heaps of emergencies going on all the time,
Yeah.
it's distracting for everyone.
No, I totally get that. What I mean is someone gets a phone call, hey, your mother died. That they would call the workspace.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
That's how it works.
Fair enough.
I didn't even know my boss called me yesterday because he had to go do something. So he was gone, and then he called me just after Smoko, but my phone, I didn't even have my phone on me at all. I
By the
usually
way,
just,
just for
check-
people at home, smoko, I presume, means a smoking break, so to speak.
It pretty much means a 15-minute eating break.
Yeah, quick little break. That's an Australianism for sure, a smoker. He doesn't smoke though, by the way.
No, much.
I don't smoke cigarettes, I only smoke crack.
So he called me. I didn't even know he'd called me until after work when I finished. And I'm like, oh, he called me. Maybe I should have had my phone on me. Maybe I should have got my phone out for when I was having my break, just in case. But I just didn't even think about that. I was like, well, fine. If I need him, I'll ring him. But I don't even know what he called for. But when he got back, he showed up and asked for some help with something. So maybe he just needed me to organise something to happen. And I guess it wasn't that big an emergency if I wasn't answering.
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to have your phone on you. I guess maybe in some situations they think it's appropriate, but there's a rule, so I follow the rules. And also,
You're a good boy for doing it.
And also, if you have your phone in your pocket, with the work that we do,
Mm.
you could break your phone. You could get a cracked screen by leaning on the bench or something.
Ah, fair, yeah.
So there's a couple of reasons why you shouldn't have it on you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have a dodgy frame, building steel frames, and you have one that is really bad, and so then you take a photo of it and send it to the drafters.
So you need your phone then? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that might be a time when you might need it. What the fuck happened to that guy? He was leaving.
He died. Looking at his phone while he
Really?
was driving. I don't get distracted by my phone easily, and I kind of get in trouble because I don't care that much about my phone, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Because I will forget that I own a phone, and I will leave it plugged in on my bed all day or in my car overnight because I just don't think about it.
Yeah.
So only when I'm like, my alarm should have gone off by now. Where is my phone?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I left it in my car for 2 days. Oops. I'm very bad with it. But, you know,
Somehow I won that one.
good job, man.
Yeah.
Next time on night time.
Next time on Good Night, everybody.
Good night.
Have a good sleep. Okay?
Goodbye.
Don't stay up all night watching SameIndustries.com.